Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Feeling the power of you controlling your breathing. Knowing, remembering, it's the same power we use to control our thinking. Now use that power. Use your determination to see in your mind today your best effort in all the exercises, stretches, movements we do here together. See it in your mind right now. See yourself doing the best you can, giving the best effort you've ever done for anything. Maybe you want to visualize the last time we did these exercises and stretches together. Go there and think right now about what you could do better or differently this time. It's the same process we use to grow our minds and grow the strength and health of our bodies and energy. Alright, good morning, determination. How's everyone today? Another day in the gym of life. Wherever you are, if you're at home, outdoors, indoors, let's go. Let's make this the best gym period ever. Here we go. Alright, when I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot. But for now, if you would like, just to slowly warm up, you can walk on the spot or walk side to side. Okay, so walking on the spot first or side to side, wherever you are. When I say go, we'll start jogging. Ready, and go. Again, remembering our breathing. Always controlling our breathing as best we can. And focusing on the movement of our body right now. The awareness of what we're doing. The awareness of being here together right now. United in the gym of life, always, wherever we are. Keep going, everyone, keep going. A few more seconds to warm up our bodies. Feel the power of your heart beating faster. Your breathing wanting to change and go faster, but you get to control that breathing. Always the way we control our thoughts. And stop. All right, everyone, walking. Just going to walk side to side here. You can do the same. Remember to always move safely within the space that you have. Continue to take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your heart, your breathing, all coming back to the previous state before we started jogging. Alright, everyone, and let's start doing our stretches. Let's do shoulder rolls first. Here we go. Roll the shoulders forward 10 times. Big shoulder rolls all the way up to your ears as much as possible and all the way around. Let's do 10 forward and then 10 backwards. Feeling that tension and then that release as we come around. Alright, let's go backwards. Feeling the joy of being able to move our bodies, to release some of that tension, maybe that tightness we might have. So important that we work on our bodies and our minds every day. As we work on one, we work on the other. All right, arm circles forward, everyone. 10 forward. Here we go. Slowly, all the way up and around. Excellent. All right, and backwards, everyone. Again, feeling the joy of your arms moving through space. You controlling your physical body. All through the most marvelous supercomputer in the universe, your mind. All right, good. Hands on your hips, everyone. Bend your knees and side stretch. Let's do 5 on each side. All right, excellent. Okay, let's twist our bodies now. Twist. Again, 5 on each side. Feeling the joy of moving our midsection of our body. Just the middle point of our body. All right, excellent. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups, everyone. Our best 5 push-ups. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. The best you can. All right. And 5 sit-ups. Best 5 sit-ups ever. Here we go. Alright, and stand up, everyone. Let's do 5 squats. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. Down. Looking straight ahead. Feet flat on the floor. Excellent. Let's do 6 lunges. 3 on each side. Alternating legs. Arms out. Back straight. Good. Alright. 10-second plank, belly's knees off the ground. Hold it there for 10. Excellent job, everyone. Okay, stand up and reach for the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are, on your toes. Here we go. Reaching and holding it there for 10 seconds. Again, feeling your body, every part of it working to achieve the goal of holding this for 10 seconds. Excellent. And reach for your toes, straight knees. Go as far as you can. Remember, you may not touch your toes, that's okay. Reaching is the most important thing. Going for it. Doing your best without hurting yourself. Keep those knees straight. Excellent. And come on up. And
in the night I lie and look up at you. When the morning comes I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes.
매일 밤 내게 날아가 꿈이란 것도 잊은 채 나 웃으며 너를 만나 Never ending forever baby You are my universe and I just want to put you first You are my universe and you make my world out of inside
어둠이 내게 변했었지. 길어진 그림자 속에서 And the fact that we can't be together Because we come from different sides.
You are my universe and I just want to put you first 쏟아지는 별 내 우주와 너 다른 세상을 만들어주는 girl 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금 이 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘 우리는 너를 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓고 너와 함께 날아가 When I'm without you I'm crazy 자 어서 내 손을 잡아 We are made of each other baby You are my universe and I just want to put you first
Can he find another one against the Argentinian? Into the top corner, top draw penalty.
Good morning, guys. Why should we do it? Why should we prepare ourselves through our minds? Why should we look to become successful? Today, we're introduced to Maya Angelou, and she is a woman who has done incredible things. And she gives us an opening quote that we should all remember. And this is the why, one of the whys of why we should develop ourselves, is because we can be a blessing to somebody else. But to do that, we need to prepare ourselves by being the best we can be. And that requires us to begin now, right where we are. What are we thinking? What are the thoughts that are going into our mind? What are we doing to work on our mind, which will affect us and which will affect those around us? You know, you can make an impact the first person you interact with today, or even without interacting, just by thinking. So Maya Angelou reminds us today to be a blessing to somebody else's life. Have a great morning, everyone.
Mr. Milet, I'm 20 years old, you're 53 years old, and I know you've made hundreds of millions of dollars. What advice would you give to your 20-year-old self? I would give you all of my hundreds of millions of dollars and all of my houses if I could go back and be 20 years old again. That's the first thing you should know. You're only as young and as healthy as you're ever going to be right now. This is the best time of your life. And so if I could go back, I would change that. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I mean, accept them. And the courage to change the things I can. And some form of wisdom to know the difference. You're only as young as you're ever going to be right now in this moment. Enjoy your life, kick some butt in your life, help a bunch of people in your life, live with the emotions you want in your life so that when you get to the end of your life, you maxed it out and you're proud of you. Before I get into the show, I just want to say one thing to you. You know that all of my content is free. I put out hundreds and hundreds, it's now thousands of hours of content for free. But every once in a while, I do something where you can participate with me one-on-one or in a group. And so I've only done this one other time in my entire career, and it sold out in about 10 minutes. But this year, if you're watching this before 2025, I'm recording this in 2024, on December 12th, I'm doing an event, a group event in my home, very intimate event, less than 30 people to spend a day with me. You can go to maxout2025.com to get the information. It's not cheap, but it's a day with me. I'm going to take you through my entire 12-step system I've used for the last decade to plan my life and my year. So if you want to make 2025 the best year of your life, you can come to me and you can be in my home with me with a very small group of people for an entire day, but take you through that entire system. I'm also going to go through all the mental programming techniques that I usually only teach my one-on-one clients. So very limited seating. It may even be sold out by the time you see this video or hear this audio, but it's December 12th, 2024 in my home, maxout2025.com. Welcome back to the show, everybody. So grateful that you've joined me this week. And I think this one's going to be one you remember for a very long time. I hope actually forever. I want to share a conversation I had or a question I was asked recently at an event. And then I just decided when I was answering that question, I'm going to build a podcast around this question. I was at a conference, I was speaking, and a young man, it was a VIP room, so it was just the players, and he got in there with his mom. I think his mom paid his way into the room. And everyone got to ask me a question. And when I got to this young man, he said, Mr. Milet, I'm 20 years old. You're 53 years old. And I know you've made hundreds of millions of dollars. What advice would you give to your 20-year-old self? Or what thoughts do you have about being 20 years old? And I said, what a great question. And I said, here's the first thing. The first thing is this. I would give you all of my hundreds of millions of dollars and all of my houses if I could go back and be 20 years old again. That's the first thing you should know. You're only as young and as healthy as you're ever going to be right now. This is the best time of your life. And the room gasped. I said, let me be very clear. I would give you all of my money, all of my homes, if I could go back and be 20 years old again and be young again. And I said, so why I tell you that is you're as young and as healthy as you are now in your life. And that goes for all of you at any age. 10 years from now, can you imagine being able to go back and be 30? Now, knowing what I know, I think I could rebuild that wealth and get it back and more. But I would do many things differently if I could go back, young man. Everybody listening to me, this is the best time of your life. I don't care if you're in a low financially. This is the best time of your life. You're never going to be this young ever again, ever. And I said, so I'd give it all to you if I could go back and be 20 years old again, knowing what I know now. Life is awesome. Life is meant to be lived. And I said, let me give you some of the things, and I want to share with you just sort of some wisdom for maxing out your life. I was 15, and one of the things that I loved about the program that my dad was in, they have this saying, and it says this: God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Let me say it to you again. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I said, if I could go back to 20 years old again, now that I'm 53, I wish I would have understood that more. I wish I would have allowed God to give me peace about things I couldn't control. I tried to control too many things in my life that I couldn't control. I tried to control other people. I tried to control results. I tried to control relationships. I tried to control outcomes all of the time. And because I gave so much of my energy and my focus to things I can't control, how someone's going to react to me, whether someone likes me or not, I spent most of my life trying to control things I cannot control, and I should have given those things over to God. And I should have surrendered them. It would have given me more peace. I said, hey man, the reason I look so damn old at 53 years old is I have not lived with enough peace because I'm a control freak. Now, most successful people are control freaks. It's the thing that gets them to acquire stuff, money, houses, cars, big businesses, and it's the very thing that keeps them unhappy. Let me say it to you again. Most people that are control freaks are externally successful. They are. They're really good because they're just always on. And so that obsession with always being on contributes to their ability to be focused, deliver in the moment, always be ready. And they end up accumulating a lot of money or a success or a life that they never dreamed of. And when they're in that life, they don't enjoy it at all. And the reason they don't enjoy it at all is because they are constantly focusing, looking at things, thinking about things, giving energy to things they cannot control. So if I could go back, man, to being 20 years old, I would give myself the gift of not trying to control the things I couldn't. However, the same amount of courage to change the things I can, because I nailed that one in my life. I've always shown courage to change the things I can because I'm laser focused on those things and I don't dissipate my energy or my emotions on the things I can't. I arrived too many times to the things I could change, not with my A game, because I had depleted myself worrying, fretting, stressing, spending time on the things I couldn't. This may be one of the most important sentences of all life. And pray for the wisdom to know the difference when I see them. Now that at 53 years old, I'm pretty clear now at the things that I can control and I can't. And I told him I'd have been wealthier, more successful, had I been able to be more aware and focused and pinpoint on the things I could control and surrendered this idea that I can control everything in my life. I said it's brought me a lot of great success. I've changed a lot of other people's lives. I've brought abundance and peace and joy and contribution to lots of other people's lives at the expense of my own. At the expense of my own. And so if I could go back, I would change that. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I mean, accept them. Just accept them. And the courage to change the things I can. And some form of wisdom to know the difference. And I told him, I said, I just sort of pray about that wisdom. It becomes pretty obvious in life. You cannot control other people. You can't control how people feel about you. You can't even control outcomes. But I can control my own activity. I can't control my own attitude. I can't control my own fitness for the most part. I can't control my prayer. I can control those things. And when you laser in on the things you can control, I can control my own growth. I can control the things I'm responsible for. Life becomes much more simple and you become a high impact person. Why does that matter? I said to him, I said, the older I get, the more I firmly believe most things are energy in life. Not just how we feel, but the energy we put into something. Highest energy usually wins. Highest vibrational frequency attracts. Truth is the highest vibrational frequency. I've learned in my life that if I can put myself in a position where I am vibrating at the highest possible frequency, I'm the most effective in all the areas of my life. With my family, with my business, with my money, with my body, with my faith. I have to protect my peace and my focus so that I am my best, which means I'm vibrating at the highest possible frequency most of the time. What contributes to that? Hydration, fitness, clarity, focus, wisdom, that when I am involved in something, I'm fully present. I'm not focused on the thing I can't control. I can't control what's going on outside of the room I'm in. I can't control, to some extent, how I behave in the room I'm in. And so I actually believe more and more, and I'm going to write more and more about this, that each person's individual success is that they are at their own personal level, vibrating at their own personal highest vibrational frequency. And the way you do that is the quote above. That's how you do it. So I would protect my vibrational frequency and I would work on constantly feeding my own vibrational frequency so that I'm at my best at any given moment. You show me somebody who's a good golfer, and the difference between them and the person who wins major championships, it's that person who wins major championships controls the things they can, surrenders the things they can't, and when they have to come up with that big shot, they're at their high vibrational frequency and hit the best shot they have ever hit in their life in that moment, and the other person doesn't. You show me someone that wins a bunch of Super Bowls, I'll show you somebody that when it matters the most, they're vibrating at the highest possible frequency. They throw the best pass, make the best decision in the most important moment. And the person who's just good but not the best, they are not vibrating at their highest frequency because they became depleted in the battle leading up to that point, focus on things they can't control.
Let's balance, grab one leg, bend the other knee if you have to, and hold it there for 10 seconds. Keep fighting to keep your balance if you have to. Keep thinking. Channeling your thoughts to keep your balance. Excellent. All right, and switch. Again, pulling your leg back, feeling the stretch on the front of the thigh. Bend the other knee if you have to. Remember, if you lose your balance, you fall, you get right back up. Never give up, never stay down. Always do your best to get right back up. All right, here we go. Let's hug our knee now. Hugging the knee, pulling it up. Once again, thinking about what we're doing. Trying to find that balance point. Bend the other knee if you have to. Hold it for 10 seconds. And switch the other one, slowly coming up. Again, find that balance. Feel your body working to find that balance. Alright, excellent. Holding it for 10. Okay, and good. Let's sit down, everyone, and reach for our toes. Straight knees. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Again, thinking about our breathing. One great breath in at a time. One great thought in at a time. Alright, let's make a V shape with our legs and reach for the floor as far away from our body as we can. Just reach. Reach as far as you can go away from your body. And reach for one side, hold it for 10 seconds. And good, the other side, 10 seconds. Again, if you don't touch your toe, it's okay, just reach. Reach, always go for it, always do your best. If you feel a pain though, make sure you come back a little bit. Okay, and feet together. Gently push your knees down with your elbows. Hold it for 10 seconds again. And always remember that breathing. Good air in. And bad air out. Good. And one leg forward, one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Alright, and switch to the other side. Again, keep that knee on the ground so you feel the pull on the front of your thigh. Doesn't matter if you're not all the way back with your back, it's okay. Alright, good. And roll onto your belly. Push the floor and look up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Or look up at the sky if you're outdoors. Alright, and legs crossed again, everyone. Back straight. Eyes closed. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, using our powerful imagination to see what we will do when that music goes on. I'm going to play two of some of my favorite songs today. For each song, I'm going to hold an exercise position. For me today, I'm going to visualize and see in my mind holding the lunge position for each leg for the duration of the first song. For the second song, I'll be holding the V sit-up position as long as I can, for as long as I can, but I will continue right to the end of the song. How about you? Play your two favorite songs, or two songs that change your energy state so you can be your true great self and motivate yourself. Or you can listen to my music, but whatever you do, see in your mind right now the two exercises you've chosen to do, or stretches, or movements, or dances, or something that you want to do to work on your body safely when that music goes on. See it right now, clearly in your mind, because you were born to do that. You were born to see it in your mind and make it real with your eyes open in the world. Alright, here we go, determination, here we go. For me, it's lunge position. Here I go. Try to keep my back straight, keep that knee off the ground. If you're doing the same, again, do your best. Hold it there as long as you can. I'm going to try to hold this leg for half the song and then hold the other side for half the song. And if you want, yeah, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth, as Pharrell sings over here right now. I think happiness is the truth. We were born to be happy, all of us, no matter what. For me, there's no greater happiness than working on my mind and body all the time, wherever I go, in the gym of life. And I hope the same for you. But remember, you were born to be happy, to be free, to be peaceful, kind, and loving, always. I'm happy right now. I hope you're happy right now. Because if you can be happy now, you can be happy forever. Wherever you are, no matter what. Alright. Let's do the other leg. Shake it out a little bit. Alright, here we go. Don't let anybody or anything ever bring you down. You were born to be happy. That's up to you. Always up to you. No matter how hard things are, always remember your determination. Your power to determine, to make the positive, accurate, truthful, winning, loving choice. Always. To be good. To be your best for others, no matter what. Even when things are uncomfortable, like right now, this is getting uncomfortable for me. But I get to keep going. I get to keep using my determination. Because I'm happy, I love it. And I want happiness for you and everyone, the whole universe. And I pray for that every single day. Song's not over. I gotta keep going. Let's do the other leg. Let's do the other one. Yeah. Let's clap along, yeah. Happiness is the truth, for sure. Here we go. And switch the other leg. There we go. Find that balance. Let's go, everyone. Clap along wherever you are. Happiness is the truth. Let's go. Thank you, Pharrell. You were born with happiness. You were made of happiness and truth. All right, I'm proud of your effort. Wherever you are, let's go.
Kira and Zach are collaborating.
Still might concede here though. Suarez, Vidal, flag stays down. Messi.
Good afternoon, guys. How do we stay on our path to developing our minds and being our best selves? How do we do it? Especially when it gets tough, especially when outside conditions start to affect us, especially when negative things happen and it seems like things are never going to change. What I found is you remember your why. Why are you working on yourself? Why are you trying to develop the best part of you through the power of your mind? Your why has to be strong enough. And let's remember that every time we're seeking a change outside of us because we don't like it, the moment we begin to work on that change within us, including the thought that caused that drive to change the outside conditions, the moment we start to work within, we start to affect the outside. So you have to understand that your why has to be the strongest thing that drives you and keeps you determined. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
So I'd protect my vibrational frequency and I'd walk into every meeting, everything I do, every encounter with my children, trying to be at my highest possible frequency. Hey guys, I've been learning Spanish now for 3 years. I would tell you that I've gotten pretty darn good at it. And I can tell you the only reason, because I got a D in Spanish in high school and a C in college, is Babbel. Spelled B-A-B-B-E-L. I love Babbel. They're the best learning environment in the world to learn a second language, and you should do it, right? Challenge yourself to learn that language. And by the way, it's done easily. They have all these language experts that build these 10-minute lessons. So you're done really quickly, but you're growing, and it's role play in the sense that you're learning how to really pronounce the words. And in my case, it's like using it grammatically correctly as well. And I could not speak a word of Spanish before I started. It's the best place easily I've ever seen in my life. Here's a special holiday deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/Milet. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/Milet. That's spelled BABBEL.com/Milet. Rules and restrictions may apply. Visit babbel.com for terms and details. The next thing is this. I've learned in my life, you do not get your goals, you get your standards. And then if you set super high standards for yourself, you'll eventually long-term always get your standards. You do not get your goals. And so I see a lot of people goal obsessed, which I think is great. I have goals. I teach it. I'm about to teach it at a big event I'm doing December 12th at my house. If you want to check that out, go to maxout2025.com. Right now, go to maxout2025.com. If you're watching this before December 12th, 2024, you might have a chance to come to my home and spend a day with me. But I can tell you this, as much as that's important, you're going to get your standards long-term. Set high standards. Don't let other people set your standards, and don't compare your standards to other people. Set your own. That's what I would tell you. Set your own standards. The next thing is this, and I've said this many times, but I want to at least share this today because I gave the young man this advice, and I'm going to give it to you. You will never exceed your identity in your life. You will never get more in any area than you believe you deserve, or whatever I call your thermostat setting. Okay, the most powerful force I believe in the world is to be consistent with your identity. Your identity is the thoughts, beliefs, and concepts you hold to be the most true about yourself. So like in the studio right now, it's about 75 degrees. I frankly wish it was a little cooler, but it's about 75 degrees in here right now. And I can tell you that it's about 90 degrees outside here in Florida. But what's happening externally does not dictate the temperature of this room. What dictates the temperature of this room is the thermostat setting, because it turns the air conditioner on and cools it down and regulates it to what it's set at. Just like our lives. It's not the external conditions of our lives that dictate our lives. It's our internal thermostat setting. Now, by the way, if it was 40 degrees outside and really, really cold, this thing would turn the heater on and heat it to 75 degrees. That's how life works. And so you have multiple thermostat settings in your life. And by the way, there's all kinds of people writing books and on the internet right now stealing my content on this, which is fine. But here's the thing. If you're 75 degree, or let's say financially, and that's what you believe you're worth, and all of a sudden you start to have a business that's growing at 80, 90, 100, you save some money, Eventually, at some point, you will subconsciously turn the air conditioners on of your life, young man, and cool your life back down to what you believe you deserve. It will seem coincidental. The stock market changed, interest rates changed, supply chain, blah, blah, blah. It's none of that stuff ever. It's the unconscious thermostat setting, cooling your life back down for you to get your identity. Same thing's true. If you ever go, oh my gosh, I'm not going to eat, we're going broke, I'm losing this, you find a way to turn the heater on and get it back to what you believe you deserve. Same thing in love. You ever meet that friend of yours who's like, oh, it's the best relationship, but they keep going through these different relationships, same person in a different body. You finally see them, but they've only got a 75-degree love thermostat. They're in love. They're making out at the dinner table. It's unbelievable. You see them in a year. What happened to Dave? What happened to Sarah? Oh, we broke up. It didn't work out. No, you turn the air conditioner on subconscious. It cooled your life back down to what you believe. You ever see somebody with 75-degree fitness in their life? And all of a sudden, man, they've lost weight. They lost 10 pounds. They're getting fit. They're at 85, 90, 100, 120 degrees. And then you run into them in a year and they gained all the weight back, plus 5 pounds. What they do, they turn the air conditioner on of their life, got it back to what they believe they deserve. Why? Because we always get our thermostat setting. We always get it in our life. We always get our identity. So the key thing is to change your identity. How do you do that? Number one way you do it, I preach the trilogy of it. Faith. If you come from a God that has you in the palm of his hand, you ought to be winning because his DNA runs through you. Faith. Focus on your intentions. And the third, associations. Get around people in that particular area who run at 150 degrees and they will heat you up somewhere between them and you. So if you're a 75-degreer of money, all of a sudden your primary 5 or 8 people are 150 degrees worth of wealth and abundance and money making. Over time, you will be heated up to somewhere around 100 to 150 degrees. All of a sudden, your 5 best friends eat chicken and broccoli at lunch and rice and drink a bunch of water and train 5-6 days a week and take great walks. There's no way, if you're around them 3 years from now, that you've not heated yourself up somewhere around 100, 150 degrees. So it's associations. That's the next thing I would tell myself to max out my life. Give me another thing, man. I would always give myself a physical challenge. I believe almost everything starts with our temple, which is our body. You got to get yourself in shape. I got to be honest with you. I've been doing that most of my life. Not only would I want to get in shape and be fit, but I would want to be creating a challenge. It's always a challenge. Always be challenged. Get a physical challenge, whether you're doing CrossFit or you're going to do Ironman or you're going to do run or you're going to compete for what your bench press is or you're going to compete on your body fat. Something, giving yourself constantly a challenge. Don't just work out to work out. Create a challenge, even if it's personal, like, hey, I want to get more flexible and I'm going to be able to get my leg over this, or I'm going to curl this much, or leg press that much, or do this Ironman, or be able to do cardio at this level, whatever it is. I want this body fat, this weight. Always have a challenge in your life. And that's the next thing, not just a physical challenge. I believe a happy person is a challenged person, young man. And so always have a challenge, whether that's something in your life that you're constantly chasing. You can learn to be happy in the moment, don't get me wrong, but you should be in pursuit of something in your life. That's why God gave you more days. If all we were supposed to be was present, which is what you hear on social media all the time, and you should be, but if all you're supposed to be is present, then what's the point of having another day? That other day is to be challenged, to grow, to get better, to contribute, to feel better, to change other people's lives. So I want you to always have a physical challenge and always have an overall life challenge, which leads me to the next point of maxing out your life. You should be competing. You were born to compete. You were born to win. Always have something that you're challenged by and compete for it. Nothing wrong with keeping score. People that don't keep score in life don't know whether they're winning or losing and can't get recognition when they are. And I don't care. You say, I'm not a competitive person. Sure you are. Compete with yourself. Everybody's competitive. You were born to compete. I would always compete. And I said the next thing is this. What makes a leader? It's a tough question, but one thing's for sure. A true leader leads by example, and a true leader takes risks too. They plunge into life with determination. For those who lead by example and who approach life with a palpable passion, there's the Range Rover Sport. Each Range Rover Sport model offers a dynamic, sophisticated take on sporting luxury. The Range Rover Sport offers focused on-road performance and world-renowned off-road capability with industry-leading features like adaptive off-road cruise control that monitors ground conditions and acclimates to the present terrain. Agility, control, and composure are achieved with dynamic air suspension, and Adaptive Dynamics reduces unwanted body movements to deliver smooth and composed handling. True sophistication and excellent maneuverability, all in a seriously stylish package. Sophisticated refinement meets visceral power in the Range Rover Sport, a new dimension of sporting luxury. Build your Range Rover Sport at LandRoverUSA.com. Learn to give. You show me somebody who's giving, I will show you somebody who's happy. Let me say it to you again. You show me somebody who's giving their time, their money, their love, their wisdom, their information. Maybe just give people your presence. Just sit with people in their moments. Giving people are happy people. I would go back at 20 years old and I would give more. The next thing, pursue your faith sooner. Begin to pursue your faith. What do you really believe? I think a lot of people think, once I get the money thing handled, once I get this, then I'm really going to focus on my spirituality, my faith, my Christianity, whatever it might be. In my case, my Christianity. I would have focused on my faith sooner. The next thing is awareness. I would have become more aware of myself, more self-aware. I love self-aware people, aware of their strengths, aware of their weaknesses, aware of their idiosyncrasies, aware of their patterns, aware of their trauma, aware of their gifts. Aware of their gifts. You show me somebody aware of their giftedness, aware of their faith. Just self-aware people are happy and successful and attractive people. Unself-aware people, you all know, are not people that you want to be around. So if we could go back up again, I'll just read to you some of the things that I thought were really, really important. Let's just go through them quickly. Number one, the absolute serenity to accept the things I can't change. The courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. Number two, protecting and growing my vibrational frequency. Number three, I'd be focused on my standards. Number four, I would do everything I can in the world to adjust my thermostat setting called my identity. Number five, the main way I would do that is I would seek out people in my life that are associations that are living. I would get around the right people. People are the catalyst that change other human beings' lives. Next thing is I would always have some sort of physical challenge and train as an athlete till the day I die. And then I would have a life challenge as well. Always be going for something that leads you to the next thing, which is to compete.
All right, next song, everyone. Let's go. V sits for me, V sit for me position. How about you? What are you gonna work on? Let's see. Whatever it is, do your best. Here we go. If you want to try what I'm doing, go for it. Let's go, everyone, together. If you got your own exercise, your own movement you're doing, go for it. It is a bright, sunshiny day where I am, right here, right now, doing this video for you, for all of us, for myself. I hope the same for you, but more importantly, I hope that it's bright, clear, and sunny, always in your mind, right now, wherever you are. Because that's always up to us. Oh, I love it. I love working on being our best in whatever we do. No matter how hard it might be, no matter how challenging. There should always be nothing but blue sky thoughts in our mind. Clearness, clarity. We can do it. It's up to us. We were born to do it. Let those dark clouds pass, those thoughts, those negative thoughts. And remember the truth of what we are, who we are. Whew. I love it. I can see clearly right now. I know I got more. Here we go. Song's not over. Let's go, Mr. Francis. Let's go. Let's go, Nick. Here we go. Keep going, everyone, wherever you are. Keep going. Let's go. This is the best effort ever we're giving, right? The best effort, no matter what. The way we do this is the way we'll do everything. Fall, we get right back up. Still not over. Song's not over. Let's go. Keep going. We fall, we get right back up. Never give up. Never. Never give up until it's a bright, sunshiny day. In your mind, we've done the best to help other people with their mind. It's possible. All through your determination. Let's go, everybody. Oh, great effort.
This be real? It's like I'm living a dream, but it's how everyone feels. We all unite with one feel. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. We are strong, hold on tight. From afar we unite. Ah yeah, ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our. This is the time of our. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. I love this moment right now. No one can take it away. So let it happen and how. It's why I cherish each day. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. We are strong, hold on tight. From afar we unite.
Here we go.
Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. What we see, destiny. Realize now we all know the greatest. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our.
And he's wriggling, and he's scoring, and he's magical.
Good evening, guys. As we live each day and try to become the best we can be
On our path, we have to remember what a blessing we can be in the most simplest of things. And I want to share with you a personal story. When I came on in 2018 and started doing videos, trying to help people with some of the things I've learned, when I started doing that, it was so new and so scary for me. And I went and I did it anyway. But my point is that you don't realize how much you have helped me. Even though we may not be interacting as much as we would like to, perhaps, I want you to know that you are so powerful in how you can be a blessing to somebody. You've been a blessing to my life. I'm still doing this because I gained the support and the love from you. You know, even a thought you have, one little comment can make all the difference to somebody's life. So let's remember that as we continue. Have a great evening, everyone.
Be a competitor, compete against other people, compete against your standard, compete against your benchmark, and compete against history, or compete against yourself. The next thing is just decide in life you're going to be a giver. Giving people. So if you feel helpless, get helpful. You will no longer feel helpless. Be a giver. Give to other people. You will always be happy when you give, especially in the moment of the gift. I would focus on your faith sooner. And the last thing is I'd become more aware of the world, aware of myself, especially self-awareness. And I think that's contributing to your vibrational frequency as well. In addition to awareness, if I could go back to 20 years old again, I'd have laughed more. I wouldn't have taken myself so seriously. I got to be honest with you. When you begin to take yourself really seriously, your life gets very serious. So I would have more humor, more laughter. I mean, belly laughter. Get around people that make you laugh. You know, everyone says, hey, all your associations need to make you better. You better have that one person that just makes you laugh. Not everybody around you has to make you better. You got to have that one person or that group that makes you laugh. They don't take you seriously. You don't take yourself seriously. When things don't go well, you have the ability to make light of it, knowing it's a speed bump in the road of life. And humor is such a key thing in life. Now that I'd say when I got into my 40s, I just started laughing way more. I should have laughed way more when I was younger, not taking myself so seriously. I got to tell you, way more laughter, way more humor. Laugh at yourself, be self-deprecating, and do not judge other people. And here's the biggie. Outwork everyone. Just outwork everyone. I know everyone says, you got to work smarter, not harder. Yeah, whatever. At the top, everybody's smart. Outwork them. More reps, more hours, more grind. I'm just telling you, I know this is if you want to be successful. I'm just telling you, I got one simple formula. You will not outwork me. I may not be the smartest, and I'm not. I may not be the strongest, and I'm not. But you will not outwork me. When you're sleeping and tucked in, I'm up, getting after it. I'm up before the sun gets up. I'm like a dripping faucet. I just keep going. Like clockwork, right? I really believe this. And I'm not, old man, this younger I'm telling you that I don't see work ethic like I see in most successful people that I know. I think most people have no idea the level of focus, the level of determination, the level of hours and relentless obsession with winning that winning requires. And I think you can laugh. I don't think you got to judge people. I think you can be aware. But the bottom line is, who did the work? Who did the work? Outwork everybody. That eliminates all the risk. You outwork everybody. If it doesn't work out, you can look back and go, I gave it everything I had. You got a relationship and it's not going well, work at it. And so if it doesn't work out, you can look at your kids and go, Mommy, Daddy worked at it. I gave it everything. In my career, in business, with money, work at it. Outwork everybody. There is literally no substitute for it. I could tell you, I coach many of the top achievers in the world. I am one of them. And if that's not the case, they've been on my show. And there's a level of work ethic and focus average person has no flipping concept of. Trust me on that one. To this day, I outwork everybody around me by a mile. By a mile. And if you were to ask anybody who knows me, what's he really like? They will tell you one thing about that dude, he does not get outworked, and I cannot believe the pace of his schedule at his level of success or his level of age or his poor health or whatever it is. I'll outwork you. That's my next recommendation. And then this, trust and believe people. Trust people and believe people. There's two choices you got to make in life. You're going to mistrust everybody and not believe in people, or you're going to trust and believe in people. And I'm actually going to do another podcast on this, but I trust and believe in people, even though I know some percentage of the time they're going to let me down. Some percentage of the time they're going to hurt me. Some percentage of the time they're going to disappoint me. But I don't want to go through my life not trusting people and not believing in people. And the longer you go in life, the harder that is to do, because more and more people violate your trust. More and more people hurt you. More and more people let you down. And you have to protect that if you're going to be a happy, successful person, because the evidence is going to tell you don't trust people anymore. Don't believe in people anymore. The longer you go in life, the harder that is to maintain. But I would have made it a benchmark of my business and life philosophy is to still trust and believe in people. And then just here's a few keys that I've learned from mentors in my own life that I would share with myself at 20 years old and share with all of you today. Many of these I learned from one of my primary mentors, which is Wayne Dyer. Some of these are worded my way. I don't know if these are all mine, his, someone else's, but it's just wisdom. Here's the first thing. Abundance is not something we go get. Abundance is something we plug into. Abundant happiness, we plug into. We don't acquire it. Abundant wealth, we don't just acquire, we plug into it. We tune into it. It's a frequency. It's a vibrational frequency. Next, if you don't deal with your past trauma, it will keep showing up in your present. You got to deal with your past trauma, the past mistakes of your life, things you're ashamed of, things that happened to you, things that weren't fair. At some point, you got to make peace with it, or it'll keep showing up. If you make peace with your past, it won't show up in your present. If you don't make peace with your past, it will show up in your present. Okay? The next thing is this. Loving people live in a loving way. And hostile people live in a hostile way. It's the exact same world. You choose which version of it you're going to live in. I chose to live in a loving world, not an angry and hostile one. It's the exact same world. The next thing is this. This is from Wayne directly. You will see it when you believe it. You will see it when you believe it. When you believe something very strongly, you see it. If you believe that there's things stacked against you in your life, you will see the evidence of that everywhere. If you believe X, Y, or Z about faith or something like that, you will see it everywhere. If you believe something politically, you will see it. So you will see it when you believe it. The next one is this, way less judgment. Don't judge people so damn much. We keep judging human beings on the behavior we see. They're acting out of something. They're acting out of some trauma. They're acting out of something that's happened to them that I don't know about. And they may be just acting out of a lower vibrational frequency because of the circumstances of their life. But judgments prevent us from seeing the good that lies beyond appearances and behaviors of people. See past that in human beings. And then the last thing is this. Stress, worry, and conflict cannot survive without your participation. Stress and worry and conflict cannot survive without your participation in it. I've allowed stress and conflict and worry in my life to constantly survive because I participate in it. But when you just simply disconnect from it and you do not participate in stress, you do not participate in worry, you do not participate in conflict, it can't survive without you, and it won't survive. I could go back and be 20 years old again, some of the advice I would give myself, that I would give you today as well. And to remind you that you're only as young as you're ever going to be right now in this moment. Enjoy your life, max out your life, kick some butt in your life, help a bunch of people in your life, live with the emotions you want in your life so that when you get to the end of your life, you maxed it out and you're proud of you. God bless you, everybody. Max out.
And here we are again, legs crossed, Back straight. Eyes closed. Deep breaths in through our noses and out through our mouths. The way we began. The way it all begins, always. Always with our thoughts. Our powerful minds, which are always subject to our control, no matter how hard it's been to control them. We know the truth, don't we? We saw it today in our effort. We see it every day in life, in the gym of life. We know that we have the power to determine what thoughts we will act upon, and therefore we also have that power to determine what feelings we will allow to flow out and through us. Because our feelings are ultimately connected to our thinking. And if we control our breath with our thoughts, we can always control our thoughts and therefore our feelings. To learn and to grow and to be mind healthy and mind wealthy, peaceful, kind, loving, free and successful in whatever we do, wherever we are, no matter what. That's why we are already, whether we know it or not, determined nation. A people, a nation that always has the power to determine, to think, and to be positively, undoubtedly, unwaveringly loving, no matter what. Great job today, everyone. I love you so much. Another great time here together. This is probably one of our last for the summer. I hope you enjoy every moment, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Whether you're in a classroom, at work, at home, wherever you are. Enjoy every moment. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you, to continue growing our minds and our bodies together. But remember the truth, no matter what. Wherever you go, wherever you are already in the gym of life, where you can always grow your mind and your body. I love you. Thank you so much for always helping me grow my mind and my body. And may today and everything we've done together, our time together, and wherever you are, with whoever you're with, may that always be an expression of who and what we really are. I love you, everyone. Have a great summer. I will see and connect with you as soon as the time comes. I love you all.